I've been volunteering at MedWish for about 6 years now, and I've done gross sort, fine sort, first count, second count, help pack for containers to go out.
I was going to school at Cleveland State, looking for volunteer opportunities as part of the program I was in, and I really just fell in love with the mission of MedWish. I fell in love with the work that was being done here, both on a humanitarian and an environmental level.
I was looking for some volunteer opportunities back, several years ago, and I believe we're all here to help each other, so that was sort of my go-to. And a friend of a friend suggested MedWish, and I looked into it and I thought, what could be a better mission? We have so much here, and to be able to share that to for people in need all around the world just really spoke to me.
My greatest MedWish moment was the first container that I did with MedWish as the International Programs Coordinator. It just filled me with such joy to know that all the supplies that we were sending were going to go to people that needed them.
Well, when I retired from the Cleveland Clinic, I was looking for things to keep active because I like to keep active. And I saw this opportunity on a website, and being a biomedical engineer was a great fit. I continue to work here because there's really great people here. It's fun to work here. I look forward to coming here, and I feel we're doing a lot of good.
So the one moment that probably is my highlight of MedWish was actually several years ago. Just through a chain of events happening, we wound up somehow with 5 containers that we did in the span of 1 week. And being able to load all 5 of those 40-foot containers, we were exhausted at the end of it, but looking at just how many things had gone and gone and gone as we loaded 5 of those 40-foot containers, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds and items and equipment that were going out. It was definitely a challenge, but it was a really cool thing to be a part of.
And when we were in Kenya, there was one woman that came in waiting to see a doctor, and she was walking a little hunched over, a little bit slow. So I asked her if a walking stick or a cane would help her. So we got her fitted for a cane, and she used that cane then to walk from the waiting area to the doctor, and she was already standing taller with a big smile on her face.
I knew I wanted to do some volunteer things, and I like it because it's obviously such a good thing to do. There are so many poor countries that don't have enough equipment and medical supplies and things like that.
One of our recipients recently asked for a portable ultrasound, and I was able to give her one that we actually had. And she was so excited, she started crying that we were able to help send this piece of equipment to the people in need.
So I was thinking about Peru. The folks were walking for miles to come to see us with, their family, their babies, And I remember this elderly couple coming together, and they both, through an interpreter, explained that their backs really hurt from all of the field work that they do. And so I watched a physical therapist explain some routine activities that they could do, simple activities to support their back. And then she fitted them for back braces. And it was sort of toward the end of the visit. And I saw them, when they both had theirs, take each other's hand and slowly walk away, and they were smiling at each other. And it just really stayed with me.
Every year we have a shipment that goes out to Honduras, so we build it slowly over the year, and it becomes a pretty big amount of pallets. So there were over 60 pallets that were getting shipped just at once, multiple containers. And it had been such an overwhelming rush of gladness that I was able to work with such a team that was able to do so much with our volunteers and our staff to be able to make this happen. And being able to watch all of it load onto multiple containers was just an astounding feeling of knowing what we could all do together.
So one thing that was very meaningful to me was we get a lot of equipment in here, and there was one day where a piece of equipment came in, and we were able to test and troubleshoot it and find that there was a part that needed to be replaced, and we replaced that piece of equipment, that part, and then when we replaced that part, tested it, and it was fully functional, and it was really valuable to me that I was able to take a piece of equipment that was about ready to be trashed and put it back into use in a place that would have great value and meaning to them.
I've had recipients start crying just looking at the supplies because of the impact that it's going to have when they send it back home. So for that, it's hard to say just one moment, because working directly with them is just so meaningful.